Hello, welcome to Rays of Inspiration. Today is Sunday, the 11th of July, 2021. It's been a very strange week. I just think it's been a very weird week. I don't know about you, but as I look over the last week since last Sunday, lots of weird things have come up. Lots of just, strange things, strange phone calls, just bizarre kinds of things. And I was just wondering, do you ever experience that? Do you find yourself thinking, what next? Or, oh my gosh, what now? Or, I can't even believe this. So it's just been one of those kind of weeks. So today, this is your weekly dose of inspiration, Rays of Inspiration. And I just want to share my thoughts on how to handle the unexpected weirdness that just goes on in our everyday lives. I'm Diane Ruff. I'm the creator of Rays of Inspiration and also the Facebook group Inspire and Motivate. I love teaching and empowering the people around me. 4 years ago, I found out about aromatherapy through Young Living, and that came at a time when I was pretty much had lost all hope due to my son's drug addiction. So over the last 4 years, I have learned a lot about myself. I've learned I'm a survivor and not a victim. I've learned that I can be empowered, and then I also want to empower you to be your best self, mind, body, and spirit. So life, it can be wild, and each day, do you feel like sometimes, there's just those curveballs that are thrown at you and you're just like, what next? Or I can't take it anymore. Do you visualize times where you just think, when things are perfect, I'll be able to do this. When I'm happy, I'll be able to get on with my life. When life slows down and all these things quit happening, I'll be able to get on, visualizing all of these perfect scenarios, perfect people, perfect relationships. A lot of us do that. I do that. I used to think that everything will be okay when my son is better. Everything will be okay when this is better. But here's the thing. In spite of whatever is going on, and it may always go on, we can't draw our happiness from those things. We need to draw the happiness from within. So if you're telling yourself, I'm going to be happy when, or when life settles down, I'll be good to go, that's a lie. It's one of the biggest lies that we tell ourselves. Life is not perfect. There's no castle out there. There's no happily ever after. Certainly, I sound like doom and gloom, and that's not me, but it's true. We have to stop thinking that way. I have to stop thinking that way. If you find yourself saying, I will be happy when I get a bigger house. I will be happy when my kids stop fighting. I will be happy when my son's drug addiction he's healed, and he's doing well. I'll be happy when this streak of bad luck stops. The list can go on, and those are all unrealistic expectations. Certainly we need to have hope, but on the day-to-day things, those irritations that just come up, we just have to deal with them, and we have to stop having that unrealistic expectation that tomorrow is going to be a perfect day, because it never will. It's all about how we handle the curveballs. It's all about how we handle the news, what comes our way. And again, I'm talking about the minor irritations or major irritations in life. You can't find your car keys, you've lost your phone. Someone calls you on the phone and gives you a bit of bad news, not life and death, but just, and you're very irritated. How do you handle those situations? Because they come at us all the time. And I feel like this past week was more so than usual for me. So I read some devotionals. I listen to motivational speakers. And I actually started this a few years back, I've changed my expectations. I no longer have the expectation that life will be better when, or when my life has no problems, life will be good. Things will be good. Because, that's not true. Life is always going to have issues. this is just reality. This is my reality. So now my response is when something arises that comes up, I try not to get too excited about it. I try to just take it in, think about it. I, do a lot of processing. Is this something that I can control, or is this out of my circle of influence? And all I can do is offer up some, empathy and understanding. I'm working on this, but I'm really trying not to be tossed about and just keep, an even keel, really, because that is where your joy and happiness come from, inside of you, and you're not tossed around by all of the weirdness that goes on in any given day. So that's what I do. I try to just, think about things, process them, try not to get too wrapped up or uptight about it. My second thing that I have been doing and I continue to work on daily is being thankful. And you hear this a lot. That seems to be the big thing right now. Get a gratitude journal. Be thankful, be thankful. But I will tell you, it is true and it works. You might be thinking, I've got something terrible going on right now and there's no way I can be thankful about it or thankful about anything in my life. And I understand that. I have been in those places a lot. There's been days where it was very hard for me to get up and go to work. But I realized a couple of years ago on some of my worst days that as I was standing in a hot shower, I was like, thankful for the hot shower, because how much worse would it have been if I didn't have a hot shower? And then I got to thinking, thank goodness I have electricity, because how much worse would it have been if I didn't have electricity or my hot coffee in the morning? So when you begin to change your mindset, there's really, no matter what it is, there's usually something that you can find to be thankful for. Here's an interesting fact that I heard this week, and I either read it or I heard it, because like I told you, I listen to lots of things and read lots of things, but I did jot it down in my journal. And it's an interesting fact in that you cannot worry and be thankful at the same time. You cannot be in fear and be thankful at the same time. You cannot think those thoughts simultaneously. So, ponder that a minute. So, do you find yourself worrying about something? Is it in your control? Is it out of your control? A lot of times the things that we worry about are so out of our control and actually never come to pass. And yet we cause ourselves all kinds of anxiety and just, unhappiness, and make ourselves physically sick over things that probably won't even come to pass. So what can you do? Well, what I've started doing is I really try to stop that thinking. So, when I have those thoughts, I try to turn the thoughts around into something positive or a thankful thought. It's a mind game. But when you can start to understand how your brain works and how your thinking works, you can make such a big difference in your life. So I just want to give you an example. I had a friend this week that she and her husband were getting ready to go shopping for a car. And she was just concerned about how the whole thing was going to go, And so we talked about, how it would all possibly work out, and kind of walked through some scenarios and things. And it actually, afterwards, it did all work out for the better. But in hindsight, I started thinking about that, and I thought, wow, when I am worried about something, I can change my thinking a little bit to change it to, I'm glad I have this opportunity to be able to go car shopping. I'm glad I have this opportunity that I actually have the money to be able to shop. I'm glad I have this opportunity to be able to have a discussion about what we're going to buy. So when we start thinking about it in the terms of the positive, it is much better for us, for your thinking, for how you feel. So again, just trying to change it around, which is what I've been doing a lot, and I do think it has made a big difference. I feel much calmer over the last couple of years. I don't get excited over a lot of things, and I hope that it'll help you. Now, I love aromatherapy, and I do believe that aromatherapy helps us transform our thinking. There's lots of science behind it. And, you know, someday I'll share the science behind it. That's for another talk. But today, one of the oils that I use is Peace and Calming from Young Living. So peace and calming is that just what it means. Peace and calming. It's designed to, you know, bring about peace in your life. It's designed to relax you. It's actually a great one to diffuse in the room, especially if you've got several, you know, you've got your children that are all fighting and carrying on. It's a great one to kind of just bring everybody down. You can put it on your wrists, just like this. You can, you know, rub it on your chest. You can rub it on the back of your neck. It's actually really good on the bottoms of your feet. And it smells delightful, by the way. It's got tangerine in it. It's got ylang ylang, blue tansy, which gives it this beautiful blue color. But you can put on the bottoms of your feet about, you know, before you go to sleep at night to help relax you. So, you know, just lots of possibilities. But again, it's one I carry in my purse. I keep in my desk drawer at work, because you never know when you're going to need a little peace and calming to just kind of take you away for a few minutes and regroup. So thank you for watching today. Feel free to comment. I'd love to know your thoughts. Everything I've said here today is just my opinion. And my hope is that this ray of inspiration has inspired you to be your best self, mind, body, and spirit. Remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully created. So until next time, take care.